Bright suns, everyone. Good morning from Batu here at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disney's Hollywood Studios. I'm Barry, co-host of the Thrillgeek podcast, and I am here for opening day of Rise of the Resistance. If you've been following along with our coverage, we were here for the media event yesterday. We got to ride this game-changing attraction, and
have a good day, guys.
Today, the crowds are here, and let's stop looking at me because who wants to look at that? And if you look around here, you can see the crowds outside of the Rise of the Resistance. They are using a virtual queue for this, and as of right now, they are telling people that it has all the boarding groups are full for today. They have signs out in different parts of the park saying that. However, I have heard from some people that they have gone into the app and gotten on a boarding group. So your mileage may vary on that. We currently are on our boarding group 45. We got here at about 6:25 this morning, which was, I think, they started letting people in, I believe, around 4:30 this morning. So we weren't totally planning on being here, but I only live 10 minutes from the park, so decided to check it out. So yeah, as of right now, they will be using a virtual queue, looks like every day until they decide that they will start using the regular standby line. No fast passes available for Rise of the Resistance, the same as Smuggler's Run. And Rise of the Resistance is not part of extra magic hours in the morning, so it will open with the park every day. Today they obviously opened the gates early. The park was scheduled to open at 8 a.m., but they let people in early. You have to be in the park to use the virtual queue. You cannot, and your entire party has to be in the park. Usually once you scan in, get through the gates, go ahead and turn around here. Once you get through the gates, you will log into the My Disney Experience app and to get your virtual queue. And actually I can sort of show you that on the My Disney Experience app. See how well we can see this in the so we're usually pretty much popping on the first page of the My Disney Experiences of the Star Wars Rise of the Existence Access by boarding group, and then you just click on Find Out More, and you can click on Join Boarding Group, and let's say join a boarding group. I'm already in a boarding group, so I can't join, but it will give you you can also, once you're in a boarding group, it'll give you your status. As you can see, I'm in group 45, and just right now it just says extracting access codes, trying at least. Capacity is limited, and being in a boarding group does not guarantee that you will get on the attraction today. So, it'll be interesting to see if the park hits capacity today. I doubt it will. But we did get to ride Rise of the Resistance yesterday. It is an amazing attraction. I will not spoil it for you. It is a game changer. We talk about every decade or so, there's an attraction that is built in the theme park industry that changes what we think of an attraction, and this attraction is one of those. Much like Spider-Man 20 years ago when Islands of Adventure opened, changed what we felt like of a dark ride to a new experience. This is unlike any other attraction I've ever ridden. It is just amazing. So, we just want to give you a peek. Let's turn it back around here. Not that. Just want to get a peek at just some of the crowds that are just waiting out here. And there's Ryan from Thrillgeek. He lied to everyone and then came here. So we've all been hanging out here outside of Rise of the Resistance this morning, waiting for our boarding group. So, but just wanted to give you guys a peek. They do have Rise of the Resistance merchandise. However, it's not in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. There is the two booths here behind me, the two merchandise stands that does have Resistance merchandise, but if you want ride-specific merchandise, the Rise of the Resistance merchandise, you have to go to Once Upon a Time on Sunset Boulevard, and they have the new ride merchandise, which includes everything from t-shirts. There's a limited edition regular Magic Band and a limited edition pass holder Magic Band. There's a pass holder t-shirt. There's the Escape Pod vehicle, which is the Escape Pod ship that comes with the ride vehicle that goes inside of it. There's a tumbler. There's a couple of pins. There is not a limited edition pin for today. There's two different Rise of the Resistance open edition pins that are available. There are t-shirts. There's a hat. So all of it says Rise of the Resistance on it. If you want to ride merchandise, that'll be where you get it at Once Upon a Time on Sunset Boulevard. So, and of course they do have the Resistance merchandise over here at the carts. We've seen it before, but hey, since we're over here, why don't we go take a look at some of the Resistance merchandise they have. We've seen most of it before. But since I'm in Galaxy's Edge, might as well. You can start over here. There's a Resistance jacket. It's made of the same type of stuff as your typical hoodie is. This is one of my favorite things, is the backpack, the Resistance backpack. It is a very nice backpack. It's $44.99. The cool thing is the backpack. There are patches, and you can get these patches to put on your backpack. The backpack already comes with some patches, but there's additional patches you can put on your backpack. There's a Resistance t-shirt, Resistance fighter. These are they do have these Rise of the Resistance hats here. They've got the weathered military look to them. You've got mugs, you've got a bottle. I really like this t-shirt. It's got the Resistance logo, and it says Resist on the back. Which it's sort of like over at the First Order shop, they have the Enlist shirt, and this has basically been sort of like graffitied over the Enlist shirt, which is really cool. There's a nice thermal Resistance shirt. Here's some more patches that's got some of the different missions. Yavin, Echo Base, Star Killer Base. So that's really cool. Those are all things that you can add to your backpack. And of course, they got the misters everyone's seen. So there's the Resistance jacket that they have, which you can also put the patches on this jacket too. There's the Resistance hat, some different magnets. You got a Rise of the Resistance magnet, ladies shirt. There's all kinds of pins. There's the original Rise of the Resistance open edition pin. There's a lanyard for it too. Of course, these are all pins that have been available at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. They're all open edition. There's booster pins that include the different missions. And Clint are with Thrillgeek. This is another one of the Rise of the Resistance shirts that are available here. This is stuff that's been out since the beginning. And you got the Resistance flag, and then you got kids merchandise over there. All of this merchandise at these two booths for the Resistance merchandise is only available inside Galaxy's Edge, whereas the regular ride merchandise is outside of Galaxy's Edge. And a lot of other Galaxy's Edge merchandise is also available in outside in Hollywood Studios. So, but most of the merchandise that you see in Batuu is only available in Batuu. Even though there's a few things that they've slowly put out there. But we just wanted to give you a quick look here outside of Galaxy's Edge and outside of Rise of the Resistance here. Like we said earlier, they are saying that all the boarding groups have been filled at this time. But like we said, we have seen some people who have gotten into boarding groups since they put this sign out. So there are no guarantees that you get on the attraction, even if you're in a boarding group. So we just wanted to give you a quick look at the opening day of Rise of the Resistance here this morning. Like I said, it's only 9:22 in the morning. And you know, right now they're as far as where they're at on the boarding groups, they're currently boarding groups 21 through 30. And once your boarding group is selected, you have a 2-hour window to come back. And we've talked to some people who've been on, and they really, once they've gotten in their boarding group and gone through the queue, they really have not waited that long to get on the attraction itself. So, like I said, just want to give you a quick look at the debut opening day of Rise of the Resistance. As far as how do you know it's your turn, it will tell you in the My Disney Experience app. It'll give you, if you have your notifications set for the My Disney Experience app, it will actually inform you, and you can check your status in the app. So sun's brutal this morning, but that's it. We hope you enjoyed this quick look from the opening day of Rise of the Resistance. Remember to follow us at Thrillgeek on Twitter and Instagram, and of course right here, facebook.com/Thrillgeek. Please like and follow our Facebook page, youtube.com/Thrillgeek. We've already got a bunch of Rise of the Resistance videos on our YouTube channel, even more coming, including POV. So be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Thrillgeek.com, for the latest in theme park and pop culture news. We've got a couple of new Galaxy's Edge articles, including a look at some of the Rise of the Resistance merchandise up on Thrillgeek.com. And of course, the Thrillgeek podcast, we will have a Rise of the Resistance podcast that myself and Clint recorded right here on and in the Rise of the Resistance attraction. And we got to give you sort of if you haven't ridden and you don't want any spoilers, don't listen to that podcast. As much as we want you to listen to the podcast, we talk about the attraction with a lot of spoilers. We interview one of the Imagineers that worked on the attraction. So that will all be coming to the Thrillgeek podcast. So make sure you are subscribed to the Thrillgeek podcast wherever you can get podcasts, from Apple Podcasts to Google to Spotify. We are everywhere. So that's it. We hope you enjoyed this quick little taste of opening day here in Galaxy's Edge of Rise of the Resistance. And we'll see you in the parks. Have a great day. Bright suns, everyone.